Good day, everyone! Welcome to Feldy Study 2. In this learning episode, we tackle about delivering my lesson. I am Jeriny Sanchez,
and I'm Jessica Buena,
your discussant. We are hoping that you will learn a lot on this video that we prepared. Target learning outcomes. At the end of this learning episode, I must be able to explain the importance of lesson or learning plans. Execute my lessons or demonstration lesson well. Apply all the given suggestions of my resource teacher. Demonstrate the ability to teach 2 or more lessons or subjects using appropriate teaching competencies and multiple teaching strategies. Reflect on the instructional process to improve quality of instruction. Use professional reflection and learning to improve practice. Instructional delivery refers to the interaction among the students, the teachers, in the content for students to learn the knowledge, skills, dispositions that they will need for further learning and for collaborating with others in diverse society and a rapid changing world. Instructional competencies are essential practices that the teachers must master for effectively instructing students to maximize knowledge and skills acquisition. It is important to have an interaction to develop self-learning and collaborating others. The process of instructional delivery involves applying the repertoire of instructional strategies to communicate and interact with students around academic content and to support the students' engagement. According to Council of Chief State School Officers 2013, it promotes that it is more effective in delivering instruction if we will involve the applying the different skills that will help to the teachers to have a good communication and interaction with the students. The mode of delivery is an important consideration when designing learning activities that will support students to develop the skills, knowledge, and understanding required to achieve the intended learning outcomes, or ILO, which will be assessed. The delivery of instruction must be responsive and relevant to the needs of the times. In delivering mode, it will enhance the students' learning capacity that will consider the critical thinking, knowledge, and skills, but it should be connected to the needs of the learners. Now, we will know the various learning delivery modalities from Department of Education. The first one is the distance learning. This refers to the learning delivery modality where learning takes place between the teacher and the learners who are geographically remote from each other during instruction. In this type modalities, it describes any learning that happens without the students being physically present in the lesson. The purpose of the distance learning is to overcome barriers that we may face in our daily living today because we experience a new process of teaching to continue the learnings. The second is the modular distance. Learning is in the form of individualized instructions that allows learners to use self-learning modules or SLM in print or digital format or electronic copy. It is a form of encouraging the students to be independent. It is also an acquisition of better self-study of the students and continue the learnings amidst COVID-19 pandemic.
The third is the online distance learning. It features the teacher facilitating learning and engaging learners, active participation using various technologies accessed through the internet, while they are geographically remote from each other during instruction. It also called distance education, e-learning, and online learning. It is a form of education in which the main elements include physical separation of teachers and students during instruction, and the use of various technologies to facilitate student-to-teacher and student-to-student communication. Online classes allow you the flexibility to complete coursework in your time. The fourth is homeschooling. It It is an alternative delivery mode or ADM that aims to provide learners with equal access to quality basic education through a home-based environment to be facilitated by qualified parents, guardians, or tutor who have undergone relevant training. Homeschooling as a substitute for formal education. It is a teaching of children at home, usually by parents. It will an opportunity to have a bonding of the parents and their children. It also provide education that is able to develop religious and moral values. Next, the blended learning. This refers to a learning modality that allows for a combination of face-to-face and online distance learning, face-to-face and modular distance learning, face-to-face and TV radio-based instruction, and face-to-face learning. Blended learning, also known as hybrid learning. It is a method of teaching that integrates technology and digital media with traditional instruction with classroom activities, giving a student more flexibility to customize their learning experiences. Next, the traditional face-to-face learning. This refers to the learning delivery modality where the student and the teacher are both physically present in the classroom and there are opportunity for active engagement, immediate feedback, and socio-emotional development of learners. It is an instructional method where the teacher will deliver the lesson in person to a group of students. It will have physical interaction between the teacher and student to be more effective the process of learning.
And the last is the alternative delivery modes or ADM. Are tried and tested alternative modalities of education delivery within the confines of the formal system that allows schools to deliver quality education to marginalized students and those at risk of dropping out in order to help them overcome personal, social, and economic constraints in their schooling.
So now, we will show you a video presentation that will give you a broad information about various learning delivery modalities from the Department of Education.
Hi everyone, Teacher Dong here and welcome to Literacy Corner. Marahil marami ngayon sa inyo ang naguguluhan pa din at nababahala sa kung ano ang magiging setup ng inyong mga anak pagdating ng pasukan ngayong Agosto. Don't worry dahil sa video na ito ay pag-uusapan natin ang iba't ibang learning delivery modalities na binanggit ng DepEd kamakailan lang. Ang mga iba't ibang learning delivery modalities ay face-to-face learning, distance learning, blended learning, at homeschooling. Sa distance learning ay may tatlong uri, ang modular learning, online learning, at TV or radio-based learning. Unahin natin pag-usapan ang face-to-face learning. Ito ay ang nakagawian ng setup ng inyong anak kung saan si teacher at ang inyong anak ay nagkaklase sa iisang physical na classroom. Ngunit, kamakailan lang ay pinalang sinabi ng Pangulo na walang mangyayaring face-to-face learning ngayong Agosto. Ibig sabihin ay hindi po kailangang pumunta ng inyong anak sa paaralan. Pag-usapan naman natin ang distance learning. Ang unang uri nito ay ang modular learning. Sa modular learning ay bibigyan po ang inyong anak ng module. Ang module ay isang self-learning material. Ibig sabihin ay nakadesign ito na kayang magawa ng inyong anak nang siya lang sa sarili niyang oras. Kung meron po kayong computer o tablet, pwedeng ang module na ibibigay sa inyong anak ay electronic ang format. Kapag naman wala kayong computer o tablet, ay ang printed na module ang ibibigay sa inyong anak. Makipag-ugnayan lang sa paaralan ng inyong anak kung paano makukuha ang mga modules na ito. Ang sunod naman ay ang online learning. Ang online learning ay kailangan ang computer o tablet o smartphone at internet. May dalawa itong uri, ang synchronous online learning at asynchronous online learning. Sa synchronous online learning ay sabay na magla-live call ang inyong anak at ang teacher gamit ang computer o tablet o smartphone. para itong normal na klase pero sa online nga lang. Sa asynchronous online learning naman ay hindi na kailangan na sabay mag-online at mag-live call sa teacher at ang iyong anak. Gagamitin lamang ang computer at internet para makakommunicate sa isa't isa si teacher at ang inyong anak para mabigay at makuha ang mga learning materials. Ang TV o radio-based learning naman ay mag-aaral ang mga bata sa pamamagitan ng TV at radio. Dito ay kailangan na nakagabay kayong mga magulang. Kung sa tingin ninyo ay hindi nyo kaya, mas mainam na makipag-ugnayan sa paaralan ng inyong anak para kayo ay maturuan kung paano makatulong sa pagkatuto ng inyong anak. Ang susunod naman ay ang blended learning. Ito ay pinaghalong distance learning at face-to-face learning. Ngunit, dahil hindi na pwede ang face-to-face learning, ang blended learning ay distance learning na lang din. At ang panghuli ay ang homeschooling. Dito ay ikaw mismo na magulang ang magtuturo sa inyong anak gamit ang mga learning materials na angkop sa inyong anak. Ngunit, kailangan muna na kayo ay magkaroon ng nararapat na pagsasanay bago makapagturo. Makipag-ugnayan muna sa paaralan kung ikaw ba ay kwalipikado na mag-homeschooling. Ngayong alam nyo na ang different modalities, patuloy lang na makipag-ugnayan sa paaralan ng inyong anak upang inyong malaman ang nararapat na paraan para hindi matigil ang pag-aaral ng inyong mga anak habang wala pang vaccine para sa COVID-19.
By this next video, we will be your guide on how to can participate or assess and delivering instruction by Robert Gagne.
What is Gagne 9 events of instruction? Gagne 9 events of instruction, a method of organizing instructional strategies within the lesson designed by Professor of Instructional Design, R.M. Gagne. The 9 events of instruction include: number 1, gain attention; number 2, inform learners of the objectives; number 3, stimulate recall of prior learning; number 4, present the stimulus content; number 5, provide learner guidance; number 6, elicit performance; number 7, provide feedback; number 8, assess performance; number 9, enhance retention and transfer closure. The following example illustrates a teaching sequence corresponding to the 9 instructional events for the objective: recognize an equilateral triangle. Number 1, gain attention. Show variety of computer-generated triangles. Number 2, identify objective. Pose question: what is an equilateral triangle? Number 3, recall prior learning. Review definitions of triangles. Number 4, present stimulus. Give definition of equilateral triangle. Number 5, guide learning. Show example of how to create equilateral. Number 6, elicit performance. Ask students to create 5 different examples. Number 7, provide feedback. Check all examples as correct, incorrect. Number 8, assess performance. Provide scores and remediation. Number 9, enhance retention, transfer. Show pictures of objects and ask students to identify equilaterals. Gagne 1985 Chapter 12 provides examples of events for each category of learning outcomes. Gagne's theory. Gagne's theory of instruction was developed by Robert M. Gagne. Is made of 3 components: a taxonomy of learning outcomes, conditions of learning, 9 events of instruction. The taxonomy of learning outcomes is divided into cognitive domain, affective domain, psychomotor domain. Cognitive domain, cognitive strategies, intellectual skills, verbal information. Affective domain, attitudes. Psychomotor domain, motor skills. Conditions of learning. 9 events of instructions are: gaining attention, informing learners of objectives, stimulating recall of prior learning, presenting the stimulus, providing learning guidance, eliciting performance, providing feedback, assessing performance, enhancing retention and transfer. Can you memorize what is Gagne's 9 events of instruction? A method of organizing instructional strategies within the lesson designed by Professor of Instructional Design R.M. Gagne. For inspiration, the best education I have ever received was through travel. Lisa Ling.